Modding Skyrim with Vortex, Part 27. Dyndolod, Dynamic Distance Objects Level of Detail. Three-dimensional trees in the distance.
Hello, it's Cupshotten, back again with another episode of Modding Skyrim with Vortex. Today we're going to look at Dyndolod, Dynamic Distant Objects Level of Detail. This can be a complicated program. All we're going to do today is change those two-dimensional flat paper cutout trees in the background to nice three-dimensional representations of our Dyndolod trees. It's not that hard to do, and when you're done you'll be pleased with the results. Later on we can look at some of the harder stuff, but for now, just the trees. We are standing outside of Whiterun, looking over the countryside. We have the community shaders installed, along with the enhanced lighting effects and the Dyndolod trees. On the right, you can see some three-dimensional trees, while on the left, in the distance, we can see the two-dimensional paper cutouts that are used to show trees in the distance. In the foreground, you can see the verdant grass mod. I'm not going to do anything with grass today. Let's close Skyrim and go to Nexus. Here we can search for Dyndolod. There are a number of different files. We want these three: Dyndolod Resources SE3, Dyndolod 3 Alpha, and Dyndolod DLLNG. The other mods are not needed. It really doesn't matter what order you download them in. Let's start with the main one, 3 Alpha. This is a zip file that we have to extract. We will need to make a special folder for it that is kept separate from any other Vortex or Skyrim files. It says that it is an advanced and easier version of xlodgen to generate mods. If you watch videos on Dyndolod, xlodgen is frequently mentioned. You may get confused at that point and start to search for xlodgen and wonder how it works with Dyndolod. What's happening here is that some of those videos are a bit out of date. As it says here, Dyndolod 3 Alpha is a new advanced tool that replaces xlodgen, so don't let that confuse you. Click on Files. There is only one file and it is a manual download. We can see the requirements, the DLLNG, and the Resources SE3, which we will be getting. If you click on the List and Downloads link, you will be taken to Dyndolod's website, which is filled with information for you to study if you like. We are just going to get the free files that we need. Click on Download. You can see the zip file being downloaded to your Downloads folder. Now return to the Dyndolod page and get the Resources SE3. The resources are an actual mod that will be installed by Vortex. After it's installed, select your options. I don't need this one. The holy cow is a bit of a jest. We'll look at it and then I will show you how to disable it. The mod finishes its install and warns us about a conflict. We'll worry about that later. Go back to Nexus and get the last file, the DLLNG, Next Generation. It too is a mod that will be installed by Vortex. It downloads and installs very quickly. When that's done, we can turn to our conflicts. As usual, we try to do just what Vortex suggests. You can always Google something like, Skyrim, does X install before or after Y? And you will usually get a decent answer. This time I seem to have made an error in my deploy order choices. Vortex can display a map of the trouble. This was the most complicated one that I've ever come across. I guess I chose poorly in my conflict resolution. You could go back and try again, or, as I said, ask Google. But here you can click on the arrows and reverse the directions until everything looks good. I'm feeling lazy today, so that's what I will do. A couple of lucky educated guesses and I'm good to go. Now we have both the resources and the DLLs installed and deployed. At this point, it is imperative that the DLL scripts overwrite the resources, as seen here. And now a very important step. The trees must also be deployed before the DLL scripts. Vortex makes no attempt to do this. In this example, you can see that the Dyndolod tree mod is deployed after the DLL. If you were to start the game with the mods deployed in this way, you would not see the 3D trees in the distance. If you click here on the green lightning, you can see the conflicts. Notice that there is no conflict between Dyndolod and Dyndolod. What you need to do is to click on this little icon. While holding down the left mouse button, drag the green line up to the DLL. Release the button, and now you get a window to force Dyndolod to load before the DLL. Now deploy the mods, and when you start Skyrim, you will see the 3D trees in the distance. That's the first step in our project. Now let's work on Dyndolod 3 Alpha. Remember that we downloaded that as a zip file. Now we have to extract it to a folder. I will make one called Mods on my C drive. You can put it anywhere except in the Vortex or Skyrim folders or anything like that where it could be modified. It's best to make a special mod folder. Now that I have a folder, I can extract the zip Dyndolod file. Right-click and extract all. I can see in the folder that there are two executable files, Dyndolod and TextGen. Go back to Vortex and go to the dashboard. Go to the Tools window. We are going to create two new tools. Click on the plus sign. A new window opens. Click in the name entry and type in TextGen. Then click in the target box and click on the folder on the right. Explorer comes up. Drill through the file tree until you get to the folder that you made to hold Dyndolod. Select the TextGen executable and click Open. Don't worry about the command or start in line, and don't worry about the other choices. Wait for the icon to appear, then click Save. You can see the TextGen button in the Tools window. Now click on the plus sign again. This time enter Dyndolod after name. It doesn't matter what you call it. You could just type in Dyn if you wanted to. And again, click on the target folder and drill through the file tree to the Dyndolod executable. Once again, click Open and Save. Now you have a Dyndolod button. When you roll over them, you can see that they can be activated. Click on TextGen and a window comes up. Select our game, SSE Skyrim. Then click Start TextGen. The program runs until a box of choices pops up. Leave everything as it is. We don't have time to get into the details. The defaults are fine, and don't select grass. We aren't doing that. Click Start and the program continues running. It takes a couple of minutes to finish. When it is done, click Zip and Exit. Go into Mods and pull up your Explorer. You can see a new folder, TextGen Output. Open that, and inside is our zipped file. Drag the zip file over to Vortex and drop it into where it says Drop Files. Vortex installs it and gives us a conflict. I just follow Vortex's suggestions. Now I'll go back to the dashboard and start Dyndolod. Once again, we select our game, SSE Skyrim, and click Start Dyndolod. The program begins running. Shortly, a window pops up, as it did with TextGen. This time, there is a list of world spaces. I don't have these, so I deselect them all, except the basic Tamriel. It's recommended to do that anyway the first time as a test. The process we are running takes a while. If you look in the Advanced tab, you will see a lot of options. Don't bother with them for a first trial run, it gets complicated. Go back to the Wizards tab and choose Low, Medium, or High. I chose High. The program begins running. This takes a few minutes. You might get an error pop-up that says you have a corrupted file and that you should run SSE Edit to clean it up. We haven't set up SSE Edit yet, so I hope you don't get that error, as it will prevent you from continuing. My next video will be about the SSE Edit, and I hope to have it out soon. As we wait for Dyndolod to finish, we can see that sometimes it looks like it's frozen. Just be patient. After 4 or 5 minutes it finishes and a window pops up asking us to save, zip, and exit. A browser window also opens with a list of faults. You can read them, but there is nothing for a beginner to do here. If the program got this far without stopping, then the errors are pretty minor. A missing mesh perhaps, not the end of the world. We save, zip, and exit. Now we go back to our mods folder and we can see a Dyndolod.output folder with the zipped file inside. Do as we did with the TextGen and drag it into Vortex. When it is finished installing, we can see that there are 3 plugins to enable. Now I can see both zipped files here at the bottom of the mod list. I will deploy the mods and start Skyrim. We come out where we left off at the beginning of this video, and we can now see the 3D trees in the distance. That's a nice improvement. Also, to the right, we can see the holy cow. I think that it started as a test object that could be seen from anywhere in Skyrim, and the modders just left it in as a jest. I'll quit Skyrim, go into the plugins, and disable the holy cow. Now let's take a quick look at our new 3D trees. Not too bad for beginners. And there you have it, a quick and easy way to set up 3-dimensional trees in the background using Dyndolod. I failed to mention that doing this did not affect my video card very much at all. I'm going to add grass, and that will take a hit. So if you're following along, keep an eye on your video card. The grass may be a little bit too much for you. But the three-dimensional trees should have been good. We'll see you next time with Cupshotting and modding Skyrim with Vortex.